Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you being here with us today. Welcome to Mosaic Life Care. I'm the CEO of Mosaic in our three communities, Albany, Maryville, and St. Joseph. I also would like to thank all of our law enforcement that showed up today. I really appreciate your support too. So we have the St. Joseph Police Department, and Chief Luster will be up here later to say a few words. We have the Missouri State Highway Patrol. We have Buchanan County Sheriff's Office, Nottoway County Sheriff's Office, Maryville Police Department, Andrew County Sheriff's Office, Gentry County Sheriff's Office. We also have our federal law enforcement partners, the Savannah Police Department, the Country Club Police Department, and the Buchanan County Prosecutor's Office. I would also like to thank Mayor John Josendale for being here today. Where are you hiding, John? There you are. I really appreciate you being here today, too. The purpose of this press conference is to highlight what is happening today across the nation, but also here at Mosaic. A dramatic increase of workplace violence. This is violence directed toward our nurses, our doctors, our techs, and other caregivers at Mosaic, from patients, families, and even visitors. This is not okay, and I can't stress that enough. Our caregivers are here to take care of our patients when they are in need, and they shouldn't have to worry about violence when trying to do their job. So these are all patients who have come to us in need. They need the care that our caregivers and our providers are providing on a daily basis. And they're being subjected to this type of violence. And we want you to understand from us that it will not be tolerated to assault or injure any of our caregivers in the organization. And that we will press charges and we will do what needs to be done to protect our staff. So now I'm going to invite Rebecca Bledsoe, our Chief Nursing Officer for the Mosaic Life Care System, to talk a little bit about the caregivers.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you all for being here today just to listen and talk with us about this very important topic. As Mike said, I'm Rebecca Bledsoe, the Chief Nursing Officer here at Mosaic Life Care for our system. What you witnessed in those videos is becoming all too common. It's heart-wrenching. These caregivers come to work every day expecting to provide good care to patients, and they are getting attacked, and that's not okay. This year alone, our caregivers have experienced punches to the face, broken bones, a broken kneecap, being thrown to the floor, knocked against a wall, blows to the head, verbal and mental abuse. Those are just a few of the things that have happened recently. This causes not just physical, but emotional trauma. And as Mike said, that's not okay. We are here to protect our caregivers. Mosaic has created a workplace violence task force. This task force is meeting routinely, coming up with ideas on how to protect our caregivers and how to create an environment that is safe. And it's not just for our caregivers, it's for our contractors, our volunteers, our physicians, our nurses, our students, our security officers. But we also are here to protect our patients and all of our visitors that come through the doors. We want Mosaic to be a safe place, and we also want our caregivers to feel as safe as possible. As we stand with law enforcement, our partners here today, and the prosecutors, We want to make sure our caregivers are supported and they know that they are supported, so they can provide the sacred work that they do each day for our patients. We want to be a safe place for healing. So this means, as Mike said, we will be notifying law enforcement if our caregivers experience any of the following: verbal harassment, threats, stalking, throwing items, any physical assault or abusive language, any damage to our property. We are taking all events seriously. So with that, I am going to invite Chief of Police Paul Lester up for a few comments.
Thanks, Rebecca. Good morning, and once again, thanks to everybody for being here this morning. We stand here today as law enforcement in support of our community caregivers and in support of Mosaic's culture of safety. Mosaic, as you all know, fulfills a critical need for healthcare services in our community and throughout communities in Northwest Missouri. Our community caregivers, patients, families, and visitors deserve to feel safe. As law enforcement, we all know we accept certain risks concerning our own safety while protecting our communities. We train for it, and we consistently try to mitigate it. This should not be the case for our community caregivers. Their expectation of workplace safety should not be compromised. And the St. Joseph Police Department, in partnership with all the law enforcement agencies you see here today, takes this expectation seriously. We will ensure any reported cases of workplace violence are swiftly and thoroughly investigated and submitted to the appropriate prosecutor. We stand here today and every day to support our community caregivers with any resources necessary to help end this disturbing trend. Please help me welcome Buchanan County Prosecutor Michelle Davidson.
Thank you, Chief. I also want to thank Mosaic for inviting me to be part of today. This is a very important topic for all of us. I myself have several close family members who are employed in the healthcare field, and I've heard firsthand from them how frequently those who work in the healthcare environment while providing critical care to those in need face violence at the hands of the people that they serve. I cannot imagine how stressful it would be to come to work in an emergency room or the ICU where daily interactions occur with individuals experiencing trauma and high stress. But I do know that no matter where you work or what you do for a living, you deserve to do that in a safe environment. My wish for every healthcare worker is that they would never experience workplace violence. However, that simply sometimes is not the case. So I want to encourage everyone who works in healthcare that if they experience an assault, they need to report it. And I'm encouraged by the fact that Mosaic supports that and has announced that they will report these. I don't want anyone to ever feel that I'm not going to report it because it's simply not that big of a deal, or they're not going to do anything about it, so why report it anyways? No, please report it. It's so important. And second of all, if you report it and some time goes by and you haven't heard anything, please communicate with us. Feel free to call. Call our office and ask, what is going on with my case? We will look and let you know. Number one, has the case been submitted to us? We can let you know that. Two, if it has been submitted, is it still under review or has charges been filed? Three, if you're a victim in a case, we want to work with you so that you can attend court dates, so that you can be notified of bond hearings, so that you are aware of what is going on with the defendant. You have rights, and I want you to know that. So please communicate with us. Do not be afraid to ask questions. We want you to be aware communication is key. Don't be afraid to call. We owe our healthcare workers our respect and gratitude. They dedicate their lives to serving the members of our community, and we should all be willing to do what we can to ensure that they are kept safe so they can continue to do their jobs. Thank you.
So in conclusion, I want to say a couple of things. My staff has heard me say this before. When my kids were young, it's kind of hard to explain what a hospital administrator does. Even today, it's difficult to explain what a hospital administrator does. So for my kids, I made it very simple. I take care of the people who take care of people. And I'm very passionate about that. I'm a papa bear when it comes to that. And I want you to understand that we will put every resource available to make sure that our staff, our physicians, our nurses, our techs, our security officers are kept safe. And we have invested a lot of dollars already, and will continue to invest dollars going forward. Again, I want to thank all of the law enforcement that has come here today to also show their support. I want to thank the mayor. And I also want to say a special thanks to our security officers. Our security officers are here every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of our providers. And they have done heroic work during this time. So thank you again for all of you for attending, and I appreciate your time and attention.